Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I invite you, wherever you are, to stand for the musical rendition of the national anthem of Barbados. The award-winning Gentle Steps Arts Academy, founded by Mrs. Tanisha Gibbons, will now lead us in prayerful worship as they perform Hallelujah. The Honorable Mia Amor Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados, officials of the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, Mr. Shelton Perkins, Chairman, and other members of the Board of Management, Mr. Ian Drakes, Principal of the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology, other members of the senior management team, faculty and staff of the SJPI, graduates, parents, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This evening, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to the first virtual graduation and awards ceremony of the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology. My name is Shauna Carter, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for this evening's proceedings. Our theme this evening is Education or Investment for the Future. This theme was inspired by a well-known and loved quotation from Malcolm X: "Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today." In this evening's ceremony, we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates from the various programs and disciplines offered at the premier institution for technical and vocational education in Barbados. Certainly, each graduate has, through hard work and dedication to study, demonstrated in a tangible way his or her investment in the future, that preparation today for tomorrow's success. Graduates, as we celebrate today, we bestow on you, by virtue of your certification, your passport to the future, and wish you resounding success. Our welcome and opening remarks will be brought to us by Mr. Shelton Perkins, the Chairman of the Board of Management of the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology. For his entire working life, Mr. Perkins served the noble profession of teaching. He joined the staff of the Christchurch Boys Foundation School in January 1972 and was appointed deputy principal there from 1993 to 2001, when he assumed the role of principal at the St. Michael's School until his retirement in 2014. A firm believer in youth, with whom he interacts easily and constantly, he sees his mission as assisting in the full exploitation of their talents to bring credit to themselves, country, and creator. Mr. Perkins' life philosophy is encapsulated in the words of the old refrain: "If I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain." It gives me great pleasure at this time to welcome Mr. Shelton Perkins, Chairman of the Board of Management, to deliver the welcome and opening remarks.
It is my distinct pleasure and honor, as Chairman of the Board of Management, to welcome all staff, management, students, parents, and graduating class as you join us virtually to celebrate the achievement of the 2020 graduating class in this historic fashion. Let me begin by welcoming and thanking the Honorable Prime Minister, Mia Amor Motley, for readily agreeing to deliver the feature address on this occasion. We are conscious of the fact that this is a sacrifice born out of her own passion for and interest not only in the personal development of our young people, but also in the provision of varied educational opportunities for all, and the full exploration of technical and technological possibilities at secondary as well as tertiary level. We therefore look forward with eager anticipation to her challenging, inspirational, and beneficial words of wisdom. This institution's effectiveness is impossible without the input of several stakeholders. I wish, therefore, to use this opportunity to salute and express appreciation to all of our industry partners who, over the years, have demonstrated their acknowledgement that the work of the institution is inextricably linked to the sustainability of industry in this country. Your recognition of this is, to my mind, what maintains your support through internships, facilitation of site visits, provision of scholarships, and certainly not least, injection of finances, more of which we would gladly accept. It would be remiss of me not to commend the principal and staff for having worked through the challenges of the past academic year with such commitment, patience, and ingenuity. No doubt, it has been a time of unexpected roughness, a road never before trod, and certainly unanticipated. It is therefore a credit to the management and staff that there is a graduating class of 2020, which I am sure is just as prepared as any to face the future. The pandemic did have some positives, as it allowed the emergence of the full entrepreneurial spirit of the SJPI, whose creative staff were able to contribute to the nation through the fabrication of face masks and shields. This also aided in altering the public's view of the institution as one which lives up to its name as an institute of technology. I welcome parents, guardians, relatives, and friends who I know are witnessing this celebration with pride and no doubt a degree of relief after all the uncertainties of the past year. We thank you for your patient support. I deliberately reserve my final welcome and commendation for the stars of this evening's celebration, the graduating class of 2020. Your experience, especially in the final semester, is unparalleled, and you will have a lot to tell your children and grandchildren. And so, your being here to graduate is not only testament to the pedagogical and organizational dexterity of management and staff, but also to your diligence, discipline, and stick-to-itiveness. I am sure there were occasions when you wanted to throw in the towel in the face of all the upheaval, the changes in routine and teaching methodology, and the inability to access classes in the normal way. Now that you are here, I believe you can say that the pandemic has helped to produce in you a stronger individual, better equipped to handle the vicissitudes of the future. This pandemic should have taught you not only how to follow protocols, but also how to always expect the unexpected, how to manage change, how to be creative in challenging situations, and how to be patient in the face of difficulty. The Board of Management has been assiduous within financial constraints to provide an environment and ambiance conducive to comfortable study. A lot of money has been and continues to be spent in upgrading the plant, and I know you have been the beneficiaries as you enjoy the comfort of the students' lounge, as well as the refurbished and repurposed classrooms. The theme of the graduation, education or investment in the future, points to the importance which is placed on education and how we see you. Not only have we invested, but you too have invested your time, energy, and dollars in ensuring that you can take your place as a worthwhile contributor to society. As I close, I wish to remind you that this graduation is not an end. Education is about lifelong learning. Never be complacent enough to feel that the acquisition of this certificate is it. For your future to be assured, you must continue to invest in your own learning and remain on the cutting edge. I salute and commend you, graduates, and all who have contributed to your achieving this goal. I may not be able, because of the constraints of this format, to shake every hand, but that certainly does not diminish the sincerity of my congratulations. May your future be even brighter than your past as you impact not only Barbados, but the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Someone once wrote the simple yet profound words, "A teacher is never an ordinary person. Construction and destruction can be produced in his lap." When we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates as we are doing today, we also celebrate the invaluable contribution of all instructors to their learning and development. Leading that charge is our principal, Mr. Ian Drakes, himself boasting a teaching career of more than 3 decades. In July 2018, Mr. Drakes was appointed principal of the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology after serving first as Curriculum Development Industrial Liaison Officer and then as Deputy Principal Administration. Mr. Drakes is driven by a desire to be a dynamic, inspirational, and motivational leader in education, and to ensure that this institution is able to meet the everyday demands of our learners in this technological era. Ladies and gentlemen, join with me as I welcome Mr. Ian Drakes, Principal of the SJPI, to deliver the Principal's remarks.
Good evening and congratulations on your achievements, graduates. I'm sure that this is not how you envisaged your graduation, and this is certainly not a condition under which I expected to have delivered a speech. You have worked hard during your time at the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology to gain the right to cross the stage and collect your certification. In a time-honored tradition, older than even I can say, you have worked hard to experience and enjoy a day where all eyes are on you, and you are lauded by your family, friends, colleagues, and instructors for your hard work, and in some cases, sacrifice made during your time at the institution. Today, we celebrate 1,059 graduates who have reached this milestone and are eligible to receive certification from this institution. Of these, 353 represent the Open and Flexible Learning Center Distance and Continuing Education Division, while 706 hail from the full-time divisions. Congratulations to all. Malcolm X stated that education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. As you stand at the airport of life, poised on embarking on this new journey into the world of work, as any traveler knows, before embarking on a journey, one must acquire certain information to cope with the foreign environment you are about to enter. You check to see what currency the country uses and what is expected of you as a visitor. In much the same way, Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology has prepared you for your journey into the world of work, providing you with the requisite skills for the 21st century to afford you the opportunity to gain or create employment. As I said in my orientation speech, this institution was not built on the back of quitters, and we certainly proved this during this year. None of us expected that we would be affected so drastically when we heard about COVID-19. This disease seemed to have grown to epic proportions virtually overnight. This caused the shutdown of entire organizations and businesses. The wheels of society seemed to have ground to a halt unceremoniously, and the education sector was not exempted. We were nearing the end of our semester at the time, and though we were forced to prematurely close the doors of our campus, your instructors and management team rallied together and conceptualized how we were going to ensure you, the learner, would not be shortchanged or greatly inconvenienced by the sudden changes. Your teaching and non-teaching staff ensured that your theoretical courses were transferred to the online platform and that plans were put in place for you to complete your practical work, while maintaining government's mandate as it related to the COVID-19 protocols. I want to take this opportunity to thank your instructors and non-teaching support staff, who we could not have reached this point without them. And I thank you, graduates, for trusting us to deliver on our promise to provide you with quality education that would allow you to enter the world of work with skills. Maya Angelou said that you may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. And graduates, I stand here proud and certain that each and every one of you encountered defeats during your time here, but prevailed. This evening's theme, education, our investment for the future, says a lot about our position right now as a graduate of the Technical Vocational and Education Institution. You have the profound privilege of being the ones tasked with using the knowledge afforded you here at the Samuel Jackson Prescott Institute of Technology to find innovative ways to solve problems experienced in society. As students, we have encouraged you to think big and never set yourself up to be solely a consumer of knowledge, but also to be a producer. Do not set yourself up to only fix the wheel, but be prepared to reinvent it or even toss out the wheel altogether and create something that might serve the same function but is better and more sustainable. We at the institution believe in leading by example, and during the shutdown, a problem was realized in the form of the lack of sufficient personal protective equipment, and a team of instructors and support staff stepped up to bat and began a 3D printing project where thousands of reusable 3D printed shields and masks were created and distributed to frontline workers in the fight against COVID-19. Graduates, today I encourage you to follow their lead and never allow fear to prevent you from being great, because the education you have received within our walls has ensured that you are destined for greatness. You have received a wonderful start here, and I look forward to seeing great things from you. Graduates, once more, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Drakes. I love music. Music has the ability to soothe and calm, to excite and invigorate. It embodies life and speaks to the heart. Today, we are pleased to have our own Barbadian-born Mylon Clark to speak to our hearts through his rendition on his saxophone. Mylon, at the age of 15, was introduced to the saxophone by his music teacher and mentor at the Parkinson Memorial Secondary School, Mr. Randy Eastman. Since then, Mylon successively completed the associate degree in music at the Barbados Community College and has been schooled in his craft by the likes of legend Marcus Belgrave, Arthur Tappin, and the Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts. Mylon has shared the stage with local and award-winning international artists. It is with bated breath that we await the musical sensation, Mr. Mylon Clark. thrilled this evening that the Honorable Mia Amor Montley, Prime Minister of Barbados, has consented to deliver our feature address. Ms. Montley was elected to the Parliament of Barbados in September 1994 as part of the new Barbados Labour Party government. Prior to that, she served as one of two opposition senators between 1991 and 1994. One of the youngest persons ever to be assigned a ministerial portfolio, Ms. Montley was appointed Minister of Education, Youth Affairs and Culture from 1994 to 2001. Ms. Montley has lived a public life of first female leader of the Barbados Labour Party and leader of the opposition, first female Attorney General, a post she held for 5 years, and youngest ever Queen's Counsel in Barbados. On the 25th of May 2018, Ms. Montley became the 8th Prime Minister of Barbados and the first woman to hold that post. Ms. Montley is a leader for all and stands as an inspiration to many a Barbadian. Join with me in welcoming none other than the Honorable Mia Amor Montley to address us at this time.
My dear friends, every word of a national anthem is important. Perhaps more than any other national symbol, a national anthem embodies and celebrates the traditions, history, and beliefs of a nation and its people. There's a feeling of emotion and patriotism that all of us get when we get especially to the chorus of our anthem. For me personally, and I'm sure I'm not alone, it is even more than patriotism. It is a deep connection to the spirit, to our values, to the beauty of the country, to our heritage, and to our people that make our country what it is. When I saw and heard Barbadians passionately sing our national anthem through the face mask, like they did during this last Independence Week of celebrations just gone, it felt like a collective declaration in the belief that our future will be better than our past. Just like me, especially after your years of going to primary and secondary school, you have probably recited and sung these words to our anthem hundreds, if not thousands of times. But while preparing this address to celebrate your graduation, one particular line stuck with me, and that is firm craftsmen of our fate. Yes, I know you are loyal sons and daughters, and yes, I know you will write your names on history's page. But I believe that this particular line has stuck with me because you, perhaps more than any other group of Barbadians right now, represent the craftsmen and craftswomen of our future's fate. Literally and figuratively, you are the builders of our future. You are our future creators, drafters, healers, and fixers, and yes, our dreamers and our makers. You and your skills, your ideas, and your energy are at the start of the journey to make our country a better place for all to live. And as we do that, for us to do it in a manner that makes us world class, as I've asked the country to join me by 2027 for us to do. The timing of your graduation this year is truly important as future craftsmen of Barbados. Not so much because of the global pandemic that has caused so much disruption, and you and I know it has caused disruption, but because just like you, our country is about to make a journey of full adulthood. Next year, we will become a republic. For the first time, we will have a Barbadian as our head of state. And just like you from 2021, Barbados will complete this second part of our independence and to walk fully on its own into a difficult world at a difficult time. But just like you, Barbados can be confident that with each stride that it takes, it has the skills, the strength, the belief, and the support to overcome any obstacle and to take advantage of any and all opportunities. This quiet confidence, my friends, is what makes Barbados Barbados. This is what makes Bajans Bajans. However, as I have found myself saying a lot recently, you can't expect to be an adult without reflecting and having difficult conversations. That's life. And one such difficult conversation we must now have is that for the last 20 to 25 years, Barbados has not sufficiently harnessed the technical skills and ideas that you and persons like you possess well enough. This is evident by the fact that while tourism and international business sectors have done well, manufacturing has declined, agriculture has declined, and the exporting of goods has also generally not performed as well as it should. Our society, our institutions, and our people have been quick to promote and to laud career paths that lead to office jobs, but similar applause is not yet being heard sufficiently or felt for the careers that function in labs or workshops or studios or outdoors or even on the sea. When we need things done at home, who do we call? Who is it that makes our life easier at every step of the way? And yet, as you especially well know, for most of the part, the world's makers and fixers, they don't operate from offices. And if COVID-19 has taught me and my government anything, it is that in 2021 and beyond, the countries who can make and fix for themselves are the ones that will continue to remain resilient and not dependent on others. Believe you me, there are those that will become prosperous once we take control of our destiny and recognize that our resilience is built from our ability to be able to provide for ourselves, especially when others leave us in the lurch. The truth is, therefore, that if Barbados is to firstly survive and then ultimately prosper in its adulthood, if we are to become world-class by 2027, then we need to evolve from being a country of just consumers to a country also of makers, a country prepared to do far more and produce far more for itself. To become prosperous, Barbados will need you, our craftsmen and our craftswomen, to be global makers. This leads me, my friends, to the heart of what I wanted to talk to you about today. I don't want for it to be taken as my lecturing. Believe you me, I want you to take and remember this as 3 bits of advice from me, your Prime Minister. And this is my wish list for you and for our country in 2021 and beyond. I want first for you to aspire to be creators, to be capable of fixing things, to improve things, and not just to be consumers, as I said. This class of 2020, I am certain that you already know this. The future of the world, and by extension, the future of Barbados, is technology. Technology not for its own sake, but deeply embedded as an engine of every sector of our country. And remember, technology is simply a tool. So your values matter still, and everything else matters, but you use the technology to achieve the things that you want to achieve in what you produce, to make it easier, to make it cheaper, to make it more efficient, all of those things. Today, the 5 largest companies on earth are no longer oil companies or banks or goods or service companies. They're tech companies, technology companies. They are less than 40 years old and are worth a combined $5 trillion. $5 trillion. Every day, through internet connectivity, cloud computing, mega digital payment platforms, data engineering, artificial intelligence, robotics, mobile connectivity, and of course social media, these companies service 3.2 billion people around the world. But here in Barbados, and indeed the wider Caribbean, we must never be satisfied with just being a tiny part of this global technological consumption, because we can produce too. This is the region that has given the world Gary Sobers, Usain Bolt, Naomi Campbell, Lewis Hamilton, Nicki Minaj, and of course our very own Rihanna. We have been contributors of some of mankind's greatest inventions through our art, our music, our literature, our food, our dance, and our ideas. We were doing scientific research in the matter of sugarcane and cane varieties back in the 19th century when the rest of the world wasn't even talking about it. Why then should we be content to only see ourselves as consumers and not as creators of global technologies? We must have the cultural confidence, targeted investment, and boldness to develop technologies of our own kind on a timeline that solves our own problems and plays to our strengths. And then we must package and market it and sell those technologies to the rest of the world. I want to see the creation of video games based on road tennis or steel donkey. Yes, or the Heartman. The development of new techniques that improve the efficiency of electric vehicles that function in our country. In Barbados, we have the largest fleet per capita of electric vehicles in the Caribbean. I want to see the pioneering roofing technologies that enable to better survive Category 5 hurricanes than simply building these flat roofs that will peel off like how you peel plaster from anything. I want to see the building of software that results in shorter waiting times at bus stops or in polyclinics or in any government ministry or in any private sector entity where you got to go and get a service. There are new and big possibilities in areas such as renewable energy, medical cannabis, ocean and maritime industries. I've said it over. Our ocean is more than 400 times the size of our land space. I want to see new techniques in farming, whether it is in using the land or going to master vertical integration rather than horizontal planting, or whether it is indeed, my friends, to master hydroponics and aquaponics. I want to see modernized delivery of healthcare and software development that is built for the medical and healthcare sector. I want to see this and future graduating classes creating and exporting Bajan-made global solutions and technologies. And I want to see you help us teach everybody across how they too can do their own little thing. Master classes in what to do if you want to build shelves, or what to do if you want to build cupboards, or what to do if you want to plant, or if you want to do composting. All of these things you can produce. And it is to that extent I want you to tell me, or perhaps those who are remaining because you're graduating, what can we do to make better use of the 3D printers that you have there that we were able to use for COVID-19 with great pride. But those printers, what are the materials that you need to make those printers more effective for us across this nation? The second bit of advice that I want to give you is that self-made success is a myth. I want you to listen to me carefully. Long-term success only comes from collaboration and partnership. Every single person that you or I admire, because of the success that they have achieved, has achieved that success through the help of others. And the settling of a common mission and common respect between each other, mutual respect, those are the things that literally are the bedrock of our success. The one and probably the only thing that Jason Holden, Nelson Mandela, Beyonce, Machel Montana, Dame Billy Miller, LeBron James, Mark Zuckerberg, Serena Williams, I could go on, Lionel Messi, and even Rihanna, all have in common is that their individual success was due to a collective effort and to discipline, every single one. And that success you can claim without having to be a celebrity, because that success you can claim each and every day of your life in this nation, wherever you work. There's this talk that I hear from time to time that Bajans don't like to work together. But I'm here to tell you that that is simply not true. Our government has proven that by the fact that we have saved the dollar since the last 2.5 years when we became the government, by setting a common mission and working together across the private sector and across the labor movement. I want your generation to be the one that stops this untruth from limiting how often our people work together. Start by going and talking to your grandparents or to older family members or to your neighbors in the community. If you want a platform and you can't get it, use the back of a lorry to create that platform. If you want a tent and you can't get it with all the rain that's falling, use a tarpaulin to cover the top of the lorry and you have a platform with a cover. Ask them about the time in Barbados where communities would come together to help a neighbor and to put up a house, chattel house, moving on a truck, and when it get there, everybody literally trying to put hands together to put up that house so people could sleep on it before the weekend done. Or you can do a little research on your own. Google the history of the Barbadian credit union movement with its early start in the Barbados landship and see for yourself how hundreds of thousands of everyday Barbadians have pooled together and now today have over $2 billion in savings to make each other's lives more comfortable and to establish rules that are more palatable for the average Bajan who is a member of the credit union than sometimes having to deal with the banks whose headquarters are far over and away and who do not understand our realities in the same way. Or you can just look at what's happening right now in this pandemic. How all types of Bajans all over the world are helping each other through this difficult time. I was so proud last weekend when we had 7 hours of gathering with Bajans from both sides, all sides of the diaspora for that matter. We Bajans work together and we share with each other for the betterment of all. Because, my friends, this is who we are. This is especially important for those of you who have a vision of becoming an entrepreneur. Marketing and media campaigns paint this picture of a hero who came up with all the ideas, started and ran the business, did every single job in the business and achieved success because they were superhuman. But again, this is simply not reality. That's for movies. President Obama needed a speechwriter. Brian Lara needed a batting coach. Bill Gates needed a financial advisor, and in some instances, other IT engineers. Everyone needs someone else with skills and resources that they don't have so that they can collectively succeed. So those of you, my friends, who are graduating in fashion and want to start a business, I say partner with someone in design to help with your branding and website. Or partner with someone who may make the clothes better because you're really focusing on design. Or if you make better, find a designer. Or maybe those of you graduating in construction and want to start a business, partner with someone who has accounting skills. And those of you who thought you needed to own 100% of everything, think about this for a minute. Owning 100% of something worth $1 is less valuable than owning 1% of something that is worth $101. You go and do the maths. Don't take my word for it. My third and final wish is that each and every one of you, I want you to promise me, but more importantly, promise yourselves that you will never settle. You will never settle for just being merely competent. You notice I ain't even talking about incompetence, because that's out of the question. But I want you instead to make the pursuit of excellence the goal of your career. If you're just competent, people may or may not come back to you. But when you are performing in a manner that is excellent, or when what you've given me or sold me represents excellence, what am I going to do? I come in to look for you. You're not coming to look for me. I want you to understand that for the most part in life, money comes, believe you me, when excellence prevails. If something tastes good, they don't have to beg for you to come back. You go in and look for them. If you are a mechanic and your job is to fix cars, and you fix my car without me having any problems, and on top of it, it clean when I get it back, I don't have to go and look for nobody else. If you are a farmer and your job is to farm, then when you finish producing the produce and it tastes good and it looks good and there are no issues with pesticides that are harmful to me, I come in to look for you. If you're a cosmetologist and you want people to look good, then you also want them to look not just good, you want them to look at their very, very best. And if others feel that you've caused them to look at their best, they can say, who is the body that got you looking so? Your job is not to make money. It is in the act of doing your job to a level of excellence that money will come. Don't ever forget it. When you do something to a standard of excellence, people are going to look for you. You don't look for people. This is a simple principle that I believe a lot of people miss. I tell people all the time, do the job that you have, not the one that you want. Because it's in doing the job that you have that you tell people the kind of person you are and that recommends you for the job that you may want. Your duty is therefore to do your work to the maximum of your capacity and to recognize that in striving to improve the quality of your work every day, you are going to create that market that you naturally wanted to have from the beginning. In improving, you'll also find fulfillment. And there is nothing like self-satisfaction and knowing that you did a good job, that you timed the ball perfectly. All of this then is the platform after which the financial rewards and the accolades will come for the work that you do. Look around at almost any successful person. Don't take my word. This is the cycle of success. The restaurants with the best food and service have the longest lines. The carpenters and plumbers with the best service and prices are always in demand. The makeup artists and nail techs with the best skills and most pleasant service are always booked up for weeks ahead. And if you put on top of that a smile, you're gone clear. Long-term success comes after, not before, after high-quality service and high-quality work. That is when you get the success. You don't start with success. It is the output of the high-quality work and the high-quality service. And some of you have had exposure to the Skills for Life at the international level and know of what I speak. You need to share your experiences with your peers so that they too can aspire to be the best that they can be. My friends, I will never waver from my belief that given the opportunity, our young people, yes, our Bajan young people, have the energy and the creativity to solve many of our country's problems. You and other young people of this generation have the capacity to elevate our country from one that focuses on resilience to one that focuses on prosperity. And it is this prosperous future I speak of that will happen. And if you focus every day on creation, collaboration, and the pursuit of excellence, that prosperity will naturally come. You may be at the start of your career journey, but it is important for you to know and always remember that the ability to earn a good living and to achieve life success by doing something you enjoy is truly a blessing. Whatever career path you choose, building houses, repairing engines, growing food, producing clothing, remember, you are doing it to serve and improve your country, your community, your family, and above all else, yourself, because it is a reflection of you. Let us dream, and most importantly, let us work together to build the best Barbados for all of us. You, this class of 2020 of the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute, you are our craftsmen and our craftswomen of our fate. I am so hopeful and so excited to see where you take our country. I'm watching you. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
We owe you, Prime Minister, a debt of gratitude for your words of congratulations, inspiration, hope, and challenge. The following item of music, I Know Where I've Been, will be performed by 22-year-old Miss Jane Small, a past student of the Frederick Smith Secondary School and the Barbados Community College, where she completed the associate degree in music in 2016 and the associate degree in tourism and travel in 2018. Jane is currently pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in Hospitality and Tourism Management at the University of the West Indies. Jane began singing at the age of 3 at the Chalky Mount Baptist Church. She has gained a number of awards in the performing arts, and this year was featured at the Barbados Classical Music Festival. Let's hear from Jane now as she uses her gift to bless our hearts.
There's a light in the darkness, though the night is black as my skin. There's a light burning bright, showing me the way. But I know where I've been. There's a cry in the distance. It's a voice that comes from deep within. There's a cry asking why. I pray the answer's up ahead, 'cause I know where I've been. There's a road we've been traveling, lost so many on the way. But the riches will be plenty, worth the price we had to pay. struggle that we have yet to win. And there's pride in my heart, 'cause I know where I'm going. Yes, I do, and I know where I've been. There's a road that we must travel. There's a promise that we must make. Oh, but the riches will be plenty. Worth the risk. There's a dream in the future, and there's a struggle that we have yet to win. Use that pride in our hearts to lift us up until tomorrow. 'Cause just to sit still would be a sin. Lord knows I know where I've been. I give thanks to my God that I know where I've been.
I invite Mrs. Brenda Osborne, Acting Deputy Principal Academic, to present to you the graduates of the class of 2020.
Protocol having been established. Mr. Chairman, this evening I present the graduates of the following divisions: Agriculture, Automotive and Welding Engineering, Building Studies, Business Studies, Electrical Engineering, Printing and Mechanical Engineering, Human Ecology, Distance and Continuing Education. Sir, these graduates will receive certificates and diplomas in various disciplines from the SJPI and NCVQs from the TVET Council.
Mr. Chairman, I am Mr. Royden Richards, Officer in charge of the Division of Agriculture. On behalf of the division, I would like to extend heartfelt congratulations to the graduates and commend them on a job well done.
Mr. Chairman, I am Gregory Brewster, the head of the Automotive and Welding Division. I would like to extend congratulations to all the graduates of the Automotive and Welding Division. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the staff of the Building Division and myself, Euclid Sivers, I want to express heartfelt congratulations to the graduates of the Building Studies program. As Albert Einstein once said, try not to be a person of success, but try rather to be a person of value.
Good evening, all. Mr. Chairman, I am Ms. J.M. McCollin, Acting Head of the Business Study Division. I want to extend heartfelt congratulations to all the graduates of the Business Study Division from the staff of the division. To the graduates, your hard work, sacrifice, and individual efforts to achieve this milestone are to be commended and cherished. Best wishes to all as you pursue careers or continue higher education. You must always remember that there is no limit to what you can do if you keep believing in yourself. Praise and blessing on your graduation and for your future. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Edwin Gibson, Head of the Electrical Engineering Division. I would like to extend heartfelt congratulations to the graduates of the Electrical Engineering Division. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I am Ms. Shondi Carmichael Ali, Acting Head of Division, Human Ecology. I want to extend a heartfelt congratulations to all the graduates of the Human Ecology Division, and keep on striving to achieve your success.
Mr. Chairman, I am Andrew Gittins, Head of the Division of Mechanical Engineering and Printing. And this evening, I am indeed well pleased to celebrate with the graduating class of 2020. Graduates, on behalf of the Division of Mechanical Engineering and Printing, I want to congratulate you for completing your courses of study here at the SJPI. I want to wish you the very best as you embark on your chosen careers and in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I am Kevin Chapman, Head of Division for the Division of Distance and Continuing Education, Open and Flexible Learning Center. I want to extend heartfelt congratulations to the graduates of the Distance and Continuing Education, Open and Flexible Learning Center. I want to encourage our graduates to continue to be lifelong learners and to be creative with it, remembering we do not need magic to change the world. We already carry the power within ourselves to do this. All we need to do is to use this power to imagine change. Thank you.
On behalf of the staff of the General Studies Division, I want to offer congratulations to all graduates. Graduates, you have worked hard to achieve your goals, and now you are on your way to seek new opportunities and to dream new dreams. I implore you that with all the challenges life will hurl your way, embrace life and learning with passion, curiosity, and a stubborn determination, since success is not an accident, it is a product of hard work. Once again, congratulations.
Our valedictorian this year is Miss Jade Toby, a proud student of the Certificate in Aesthetics program from the Division of Human Ecology. Join with me now as we welcome Miss Jade Toby.
It gives me great pleasure to stand before you this evening as valedictorian of the graduating class of the year 2020. This year has been rough, but it shows what hard work and determination can do. I would like to take this moment to express appreciation to my family and friends who supported me throughout this past year. They encouraged me to push through the obstacles and reminded me the importance of staying focused. Special thanks also go out to my instructors and the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology for allowing me to explore a venture in aesthetics that resulted in endless opportunities. I was always good with numbers and business studies in my younger years and chose a career in business. I obtained a bachelor's degree in accounting, became an accountant at an offshore company, and then applied to the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants to pursue a professional designation. Life seemed to be on track. I had a good job and I was doing well in my studies until I came across a YouTube video about the application of eyelash extensions. One video became two, and two videos turned into a month of watching. I was obsessed, and it took over my spare time. This urged me to complete a course in Novalash extensions, and I was never the same. Work started to feel like a burden, and one course before I attempted the professional component of the designation, I decided to pause, take a look at my life, and where I wanted to be. Looking back, it wasn't that I didn't always have a calling for beauty. I suppressed it because at that time, I did not believe that making people feel good about themselves through services like manicures and pedicures was a career choice for me. 1 year later of playing scenarios in my head and ended in me failing and feeling ashamed, I finally decided to apply to the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology to pursue a certificate in aesthetics. How did an accountant become an esthetician? I learned that success is driven by passion. I was in a career that I liked but never loved. I settled for early days, long nights, and a heart filled with discontent. I would have never thrived if I did not take a chance on finding and becoming a better me. I share my story to let you know that sometimes it's okay to let go if you're one step closer to finding your true self. Let go of other people's expectations of you, the voice in your head saying you can't, feeling like a failure, careers that make you unhappy, journeys that take you nowhere, and people that keep you back. It is never too late to start over or learn something new. Having doubts is a natural and necessary part of making sound decisions by allowing you to evaluate situations that occur and their outcomes. Honestly, it isn't always crystal clear, and sometimes you just have to take the risk. Who better to take the risk on? There are people who will question your choices, but the key is to never let them get into your head. Most of the time, it is the ones you hold dear to your heart. And it's not that they don't support you, but their minds are clouded by what they think is best for you. This leads me to say, parents, I encourage you to guide instead of navigating the path of your children. Cheer them on from the sidelines and believe that they have absorbed what you have instilled. Let them decide and pursue their dreams, as the results are greater and they're happier and wiser for it. Express your pride in them and silence your doubt. In times of failure, uplift them and remind them of where they want to be. You may feel like we don't listen, but we do. Fellow graduates, we did it. This is not the end, but a beautiful and promising beginning. Becoming your true self can be scary, and sometimes the fear won't go away, so you'll have to do it afraid. The uncertainty will always be there, but so must be the faith. Take a leap of faith. You might succeed, stumble, or fall. One thing for sure is that you would have gained. You would have gained experience. Experience gives you insight. You develop a sense of you for you. In other words, you become you. Gained knowledge. The next time, you'll know what to do. Gained strength. Your mind will tremendously transform into something amazing. You become sure of yourself and will have the perseverance to fight through. Gained will. With your newfound mindset, you now have the will to achieve whatever you desire. Gained control. From experience, you will control yourself rather than trying to control the situation. You might struggle a little or more than others. The key is to never compare. Never neglect your goals. Never settle. And most importantly, never give up on yourself. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Timar Brooms and I am a member of the SJPI and I alumni. I am a graduate of the SJPI, which was known then, and I just want to congratulate each and every one of you for completing your courses and graduating. I just want to encourage you all that falling down don't make you a failure, but staying down does. And I just want to keep on pressing, keep on moving. You know, they say there that a journey of a 1,000 steps starts with the first step, and you all already started your first step. I just want to encourage you to continue.
Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020.
Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020.
I wish you all the best in your future endeavors and hope you go on to succeed in all you plan to do.
Encourage you all to strive better for the future.
Keep striving for excellence.
Continue to work hard. You deserve it.
Thanks, Jade, for your inspiring words. And thank you too, Mylan, for your instrumental. Ms. Audrey Jones-Drayton, Acting Deputy Principal Administration, will now move the vote of thanks.
Madam Master of Ceremonies, I crave your indulgence just a while longer as I greet and honor you and our special guests here this evening. First, the Right Honorable Mia Amor Motley, QC, MP, Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honorable Sanchia Bradshaw, Minister of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, distinguished officials from that ministry, head and members of our sister institutions, other government ministries, and non-governmental bodies. Mr. Ian Drakes, Principal of the SJPI, Mrs. Brenda Osborne, Deputy Principal, members of the senior management and heads of division, Mr. Shelton Perkins, Chairman of the SJPI Board of Management and members of the management team, past principals, past and present members of staff, our industry partners, our valedictorian, Ms. Jade Toby, distinguished alumni, parents, significant others, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am deeply honored to have been asked to deliver the vote of thanks on this historic occasion, our first virtual graduation held in our 51st year of existence. First, let me offer congratulations to the graduates on your successes and on being the first cohort to experience a virtual graduation ceremony at the SJPI. We here continue to leave no stone unturned in ensuring that you acquire the richest experiences during your stay here with us. And this evening was just another one of those. I am confident that this experience will remain etched in your minds for a very long time. This evening, my task is to celebrate those persons who have helped to make this evening as delightful and memorable as it has been. For without them, this occasion would not have been as grand. We therefore thank them for their time, their resources, and for even gracing us with their good looks. And so I begin by saying thank you to our Master of Ceremonies, Mrs. Carter, our guidance officer, who is a prized member of staff here at the SJPI. She expertly guided us through this program with not a lull for boredom. To our guest speaker, the Right Honorable Mia Amor Motley, our dear Prime Minister and leader of this proud nation. So articulate, so compelling. Without disappointment, she left us with stirring thoughts that will resound even after we have left this place. To the Chairman of the Board of Management, Mr. Shelton Perkins, for greeting us so warmly. Thank you, sir. And to our Principal, Mr. Ian Drakes, for delivering the annual report in a mood that so befits the exciting times at this institution. We say thank you, sir. To Mrs. Osborne, our Deputy Principal, thank you for presenting the graduates, and to our heads of division for their timely and congratulatory remarks. Thank you so very much. I am confident that you, the graduates, are pleased at the manner in which Ms. Toby, our valedictorian, represented your thoughts and gratitude. So please give her a big round of applause. And to you, our precious guests, we felt your presence, and I'm certain that you held your smile throughout the evening. Thank you for taking the time out to support us. But I'm asking that you keep that smile going for a bit longer, and the applause a bit louder, since we must say thank you to a few more persons. To Mr. Kimar Broom, and clear comments from our Alumni Association for their shout-outs. And to the very talented entertainers who ushered at the beginning of the evening, those graceful dancers from the Gentle Steps Dance Academy. The presence of the Lord was truly here. Let us therefore show appreciation for them, as well as for our soloists, Miss Jane Small, and saxophonist, Mr. Mylan Clark, who truly lightened and lighted our spirits this evening. We thoroughly enjoyed their performances. But there are so many persons who worked behind the scenes to make this event a reality, and for them, we are truly grateful. I therefore highlight with gratitude Registrar, Mrs. Hyacinth Collymore, Senior Clerk, Ms. Katrina Williams, members of the Graduating Committee, or I should rather say Graduation Committee, the staff of the Student Services Division, and Mr. Anthony Nurse, our in-house sound engineers. Also to the media production team and manager, Mr. Kevon Delaney, for making this dream of ours become a reality. We must also remember the decorators, Renaissance Designs. Finally, I say to you, the graduates, you have begun your preparation for your tomorrows. Go bravely ahead. Make the SJPI proud. Make your significant others proud. Make Barbados proud. Make yourself proud. The world is yours. Go claim it.
The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen. 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 The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. As we receive, we agree. Amen. 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 His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May His presence go before you and behind you and beside you, all around you and within you. He is with you. He is with you in the morning and the evening, in your coming and your going, in your weeping and rejoicing. He is for you. 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 Who can be against you? He is for you. He is for you. He is for you. He is for us. He is for you. He is for you. He is for you. He is for you. Come on, all the blessed people, shout unto God. Shout unto God.
What a fitting end to this evening's graduation and awards ceremony. Thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion as we celebrated the success of our learners. It was a pleasure serving as your Master of Ceremonies. Do enjoy the remainder of your evening.